Tickets are available now for my upcoming November shows. November 27th, I'm in Hollywood, Florida at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. And November 29th, I'm in Tallahassee, Florida at the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center.
Welcome to your mom's house.
You can catch our guest on the It Ain't Right tour now. Check him out in season 2 of Bookie this December. It's Sebastian Maniscalco, everybody. Let him hear it.
Thank you for having me here. First time
Thanks
here.
Thanks for coming, man.
We've been friends for a while.
For a good while, yeah.
And this is the first time. Actually, I think I've actually seen you two together.
Yeah, a lot of times
I always
people-
see you separately.
That's why the marriage works.
That's right.
Because we're never
Plenty
together.
of time apart.
That's right, babe.
That's right.
Well, no, this is the first time I've seen you together.
That's true.
We haven't really been around each other as this.
That's true.
No.
You were at
True.
the Comedy Store. I saw you in the Palisades.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's right. At that little cute village.
yeah, right before
Just
you moved out here.
being regular people.
Mm-hmm.
It's always weird to see a comic in the light of day. There's people that I've only ever known in the dark at
Yeah.
the store for like 20 years.
In a
And
hallway.
you're like, whoa, dude, you look
Yeah.
totally different.
You're like, wow, man, you have hair?
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Anyway, Sebastian, I have the best memories of you. The first time I saw you was in Santa Monica at a bar, some show we always did on a weeknight, you know? And you were doing your Ross Dress for Less.
Wow. That's a long
And I
time
was
ago.
like, that's the funniest fucking thing.
That's one of those bits that made it in the rounds amongst comics. They're like, have you seen this bit? You know, like everyone had like signature bits that like you discover people on. And I remember, I think, hearing about that bit even before I saw it. Like people
So
were like,
good.
"This is the fucking funniest bit I've ever seen."
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. That
And
is-
your cadence and your confidence. And I was like,
I think I
that's
actually
it.
saw you first at the Comedy and Magic Club.
Is that where we ran into each other?
Well, I don't even know if I ran into you. I was like down there, and I think they were like, you were having your own night, and you hadn't quite like ascended to, doing huge. But that show was sold out, and I was like, how's the show sold out? Like, how does anyone know? How would people know who you are yet? I think it was like pre-specials and stuff. And they were like, oh, he's got like they were like discovering you. You know what I mean? Like in the midst of discovering you. And because I would just do like those 15-minute spots there, eat salmon.
Oh, that was the best part.
It's a nice salmon.
And that's,
Yeah.
I think that's where I first saw you. And I was like, oh, wow, this guy's got, I could see how funny you were. Yeah.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I have a funny relationship with comedians because going to the comedy clubs, I never really spoke or I hung out, but I didn't really it wasn't a hang guy. I didn't hang out till 2:00 in the morning.
Because you're kind of an introvert too, right? Like,
yeah, I just kind of like doing my comedy.
do
and
your business and you go.
Yeah, especially when I met my wife, I just treated it as like I got to go do a set and I'll come back home and we'll hang out. So, yeah. But then I do remember us crossing paths at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
I think you brought me up one night.
Yeah.
And then we did, what was the festival we did together?
That's right. And that's actually when you had popped. Because I remember what happened was, this is pretty funny. I'll try to do this without hurting anyone else's feelings. But this was Oddball. So Live Nation decided to do their version of a comedy festival, the way like Lollapalooza or whatever. And so they booked this tour of all these cities at amphitheaters, right? And this is like end of 2015, I think. I think it's like end of 2015. And all of a sudden, like everyone knew Sebastian, like they just knew him at like Madonna. It's just one, everyone was
they're
like
so
Sebastian.
lucky, the one name thing.
And
Goddamn.
and here's the thing though, he wasn't closing out most shows. He was like second to last. And I remember we were like, one of the shows, I'm sitting there with Jeff Ross and you go up and the place goes crazy. He's like, it's going to be a problem for whoever's after this. I was like, yeah, that's going to suck. And then he would go up and everybody they were like, oh, they're out here to see you. And we did the Chicago area one. And then we did the fucking Long Island one, the Jones Beach one.
Oh, Jones Beach, yeah.
And it was pandemonium when you went up there. I was like, oh shit! Like everybody was there. That was like, oh, I could see that this is like a magic market. Like the New York Italians were all out. He was like, good night, and they were just like, boop, and you just saw like, and we're like, hey, there's like
Later.
2 more people going up. There were like 8,000 people at one time were leaving. We're like, oh shit,
8,000 Italians just got up and left. And I think it was John Mulaney actually that went on after me. We were joking about the fact that he's up there and like just all this cologne left the place, gone.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I mean. That's the thing is like, that spot too. It's like, it's actually like the sweet spot, right? Second to last. Oh, yeah. I actually had one of the most like I learned this from doing that tour. And I've told other people since, if you ever get on one of those, you go, if you can go right before intermission.
That's the sweet spot.
That is the spot. And the reason is they've seen all the, like, they're warmed up. They're like, we're at a show. Right before intermission, sun's down. So now it's dark.
Yeah.
And intermission means you can go have dinner. So like the show's going to go on another fucking 2 hours because there's an intermission and then all the acts. So I would literally get like this cushion sweet spot. And then I'd see everybody. I'd be like, I'm going into the city. I'm going to go have dinner right now. And it was like, I tell anybody, like, if you can call your shot on this thing right before intermission is the best spot.
That's what we did in South Africa. That tour.
And you were in South Africa doing comedy?
We did a million years ago.
We did a festival there.
Before we had children. Durban and
Johannesburg. They ended up going, it was the Nando's chicken.
Nando's Chicken had a tour?
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was probably one of the best experiences.
And also, I'll say this, Nando's Chicken's great. On the 11th night, you're like, I don't think I want any more chicken.
Because they would give it to you free in the green room.
Yeah.
And that peri-peri sauce by day 5, you're like, I'm going to throw up.
I'm going to shit blood again. Yeah. But that was fun. That was really fun.
That was a good time.
And again, that was the thing you learned. It was like, there was all, the Live Nation one was kind of like, I don't know. It was just kind of laid out. Like, this is what it is. And you're like, all right. But then on the South Africa one, I feel like there was kind of like a little more egos involved. Like people.
I know where you're going and I like
posturing. You know what I mean? For like, I should go here and I don't want to go. And I just was like, happy. I was like, where do we go? I mean, it was one of those things. And was Ian Bag hosted, right? Didn't he host?
Yeah, Baggles.
Fuck, man. Did he host or he did
no,
a spot? No, he did a spot.
He did like one of the early spots before intermission. And he murder.
Dude.
So funny.
He would destroy. And but that was another thing where I would watch other people kind of be like, I think I should go here. And I was like,
oh boy.
Okay, do whatever you want. Like,
and then there was one. Who
Yeah.
had the ego. We won't say who.
Okay.
We'll just say this person shall remain nameless. However, they felt, because at the time, they were a hot ticket in the States, but they demanded
a lot of breathing going on over here
to close out this festival. And by the way, you've got heavy hitters on the show, right? Baggles, Tom Segura. It's great. It's a good lineup.
And you got some big hitters in South Africa. You know what I mean? You forget that you're discovering them, but they're known. So you go, like, you fucking show up to another country, like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. They're like, yeah, so's this fucking guy. He's from here. So like, just so
and
you know.
And he knows the local jokes and the culture, and you know that's everything. Wait, you tell it though, because you want to tell the story. I'm like sweating thinking about it.
No, I think we should stop. I think we should stop.
I was getting interesting.
He fucking, let's just say this person demanded it.
Oh,
and it was very well known. And it was it's in my contract. And we were all like, all right, bro, like, go ahead, knock it out. And let's just say he ate some fucking African cock. Like fucking AIDS dicks.
Yeah.
It was wild.
That happened to be.
He got booed.
Very black and big. They were big black guys.
Yeah, he got booed. And I remember learning that lesson from that night of like, don't let your ego get into it. If you're in a different part of the world and this guy's the number one star, you're not the star here.
Yeah,
it's all relative. In certain markets, you're not the star.
If I was in Atlantic City with you, I'd be like, I think Sebastian should close the show. For sure, I will host.
Yeah.
No, you can't get all.
Just without saying any names, is the comedian
he died.
He died?
I think. No.
We'll tell you the name off
Okay.
mic, and I think the answer is yes. Still around.
Still around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good to know.
Hey,
Is this live?
Get ready to fucking cut that thing up.
Do you have...
Really? He won't care.
It's fine.
So has this show's been on how long?
Since 2010.
2010. So you got 14 years, right?
Yeah.
Is there an archival edit, like the stuff that you edited out somewhere on a drive?
Yeah.
Yes.
And like when you pass away, this comes out?
Well,
It's a great way for one last viral clip. Put it in our will. The day we croak.
that's a great idea.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform that is perfect for entrepreneurs to succeed online. Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything all in one place, all on your terms. Squarespace has this neat new feature called Design Intelligence, which combines their design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology. You're able to reach your full creative potential when building your personalized website. And when it's time to collect payments from your customers, Squarespace Payments is the easiest way to manage your payments. Your customers will have lots of options to choose from, like Klarna, ACH Direct Debit, Apple Pay, and Afterpay. Squarespace is also helpful for selling more than just merchandise. You can easily sell access to online courses, videos, and memberships. Earn recurring revenue by putting your content behind a paywall. Simply set the price and choose whether to charge a one-time fee or subscription for access. Head to squarespace.com/MOM to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using the code MOM.
They say first impressions are important, but what about lasting impressions? That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew helps boost your confidence in the bedroom so you can stay hard and perform at your best. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed professional medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And let me tell you something. You've never been this hard. You think you have. I'm hard right now. And it's because I love Blue Chew. Sometimes I take it for the lady in my life. Sometimes I just take it for myself. I do it every day. And I love being as hard as this table. Blue Chew wants you to have the confidence to perform at your best. So discover your options at BlueChew.com, and you'll get a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code YMH at checkout to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for supporting the podcast.
Pete and I, we do this Pete and Sebastian show. We say a lot of stuff. Well, Pete more than I, and then we'll have to go cut it out.
Yeah.
And there's all this cutout stuff,
Yeah.
which I think is really funny.
It's all the things that everybody would love to hear.
Yeah,
too.
right. And then it's like, really, we can't air this because someone's gonna get bent out of shape or whatever. So
Yeah.
we have a archival folder.
Well, it's like, you know, we all do this, but like when we sit around, like I just had a couple lunches with comics who the best is when they just, you go, it's good to see you. And they just rant and talk shit. And you're like, God, I wish I could release this as a podcast because it's like, it's what everybody would love. And you go, yeah, you can't say it. But man, if somebody just was like, fuck it and released one of those, it would be unbelievable, you know?
Well, I think in the comedy community, from what I've seen from afar, if you didn't know anything about comedians, right, you would think everybody's like supportive of every other comedian.
Yeah.
Like there's just big camaraderie and
Yeah,
everybody's just hoping everybody else does great.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case, is
No,
it? At
it's
least
not.
No way.
It's not.
it seems like it's on the surface.
I think
but-
there's camaraderie amongst certain people and certain
If you're
groups
friends
of
with
friends.
them.
If you're actually like close and you celebrate your friends' victories and you're like, oh, that's, you know what I mean? Like there's also this thing where like you don't even have to be friends, but if you're like, you know, he's a good guy and you hear good news, you're like, good for that guy. He's a good guy. I
Or
like that guy.
I will say hard work always
Yes.
trumps even the shittiest personality in our business. You'd be like, yeah, but they totally grind.
They've been grinding at it
so hard.
22 years.
I
so-
think the time comedians get real nasty is when you're like, that fucking what? That just happened? Like you didn't even do your time. Like we're very like prisoners. We're like, if you haven't fucking done the time, bro.
Yeah.
that's true. That is true.
You got to be in the trenches for a certain amount of
So
time.
what is the certain amount of time? What do you deem as like?
For what? For what
Yeah, what
achievement?
level of
Because
success?
everybody has like,
Well, okay, for a comedian to be making a very nice living doing stand up, and let's say if that's at the theater level,
Oh wow.
over 10.
you got
At
to be
They got to be
least.
over 10.
I would say
for sure.
15 to 17 at theaters. If you're doing it at
But if you're-
10,
if
you
you're
had
o-
some break that like
That's true. You had some
hopscotched
But
you.
if you're over, let's say I'm just 12 years in, and somebody goes, "Hey, this person is doing well." People go, "Okay, they've put some time into this." You know, like, yeah, there is a big thing for that. But then the people who pop later in life, like
That's a
the
big
ones who
one.
are like, they're in they're 50 or something, and they've been then everyone. You could tell they really cheer for it. It's just this thing where it's like understood that person has been grinding away at this and they're finally getting their moment. I feel like most comics just go, I approve. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
what do you
definitely.
think, Sebastian?
No, I think you're around that time. I guess 12, 13 years. I mean, there is exceptions to that rule. Obviously, the one that comes to mind for me is Eddie Murphy was like
Oh,
whatever
that's-
20, 21.
Yeah.
That's just
Prodigy.
like a unicorn.
Unicorn thing.
Which you could kind of understand why he skipped the line because he was just so super talented. But yeah, I mean, knocking around.
Then there's like the other thing, like, because that's like purely stand-up based. But then there's if your talent shines in another space and you get something because of that. I think most people go, if the talent, like, if they see that if the talent is easily read, like when Tiffany Haddish popped when she was on that movie that road trip, girls trip or whatever. You watch the trailer and you're
it
like,
was her.
man,
And we were all happy for
she's a comedy star. So no one's gonna be like, I can't believe you're getting shit. You watch that and you're like, yeah, she's clearly super talented in this. I think people, and I don't have any reference for how long she was in it then, but I just go like, you see that she's good at this thing, right? So you kind of celebrate that too, I think.
I do. I think so. However, I'm going to throw another curveball at you.
Yeah. Bert's fat. Is that what you're going to say?
Huge.
Yeah.
And he drinks a lot.
By the way, I just saw something on Instagram with him and his
bloated
wife,
and red.
and he's doing the thing. And is there any? And I don't know what's going on Bert's team or whatnot, but like when he's got like his whatever assistant or producers there, and they got to look at his ass or balls hanging out. Is there like human resources or anything over there?
Ask these guys. They've been on that side of it. Guys, what's the thought on that?
Yeah.
You just accept it?
No HR.
No HR.
Yeah. He has a lot of women on his team too.
Yeah, no, I
surprisingly.
noticed.
That's got to be cool for them.
Yeah.
The younger ones,
Well, there was.
especially.
It
yeah.
is funny that you brought this up. So one time we were all hanging out. This is like maybe the last tour or something, and it was like his guys, his team, and me. And then he was like, "Yeah, I just I get naked in front of people on the bus," and I go, "You really shouldn't do that." He's like, "Why?" And I go, "Because people like they work for you. And they don't necessarily want to see you naked." And he goes, "What?" And he turns and his whole team is there. He goes, "What's up with this?" And they were like, "Yeah, we would appreciate it if you changed behind clothes." And he was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "You're just saying this now." I go, "Well, you never thought of this? That someone doesn't want to see you change?" And he was like, "Oh, all right, I'll start changing with the door closed." I go, "That's a fucking normal thing to do." Because he was just changing in front of people. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very, very comfortable. I mean, I don't.
He is. I'll say this. I do admire that as somebody who's so self-loathing and God, this looks like shit, and I see him as a free bird in that regard, and he's just like, not only that, he's like, I look great, like,
Wow.
he's like, I look great, and I'm like, okay, fucking that's a cool narrative in your head. But I think I took your curveball away. We were talking about
Yeah, what was I doing?
celebrating.
Curveball. Okay. Do you think that there is, with all this stuff going on the internet and podcasting, this, that, and the other thing, that comedians that are coming up now are spending the amount of time in the comedy clubs honing their act as maybe generations before them? Or are people just worried about pumping out videos and podcasts and whatnot?
It's a really insightful question. My thought on it is it's a different path. So we also can't think in terms of just how we did it, because what's available today was not available to us. So I think it's probably a combination of no, like to a degree, no, they're not doing just what we did, but they're also like hyper aware that these viral clips can change your
ticket sales, change your career,
Yeah.
everything. But I think you're right. And I don't think the clubs support feature acts as much anymore.
That's 100%.
That's what it sounds like to
Oh,
me.
they don't?
Is that kids can't get,
You can't be a feature.
there's no featuring. Because
You bring who you want to bring to everybody.
yeah,
now.
mostly the headliners bring, or they'll give the kid from like TikTok who's got millions of followers who can sell out that show or whatever. May not be the best act live, but can move tickets, which I totally understand from a club's perspective,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, I just don't think they're spending time. They don't have the time to hone the way we did. You know, you would get those weeks from fucking Stroop and you're like so stoked. You're like, oh, I'm going to work fucking 40 weeks in like
Yeah.
Toledo, Des Moines, Iowa, whatever. And these funny bones.
And also,
Cleveland.
clubs have also changed their weeks. I didn't realize that until recently, where a lot of clubs now have changed from being the Wednesday, Thursday to they're like Friday, Saturday.
That's it?
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of clubs doing Friday, Saturday
didn't know
shows,
that.
and maybe they'll do some other. But I'm saying like the offer to the comic. Like we used to be like.
Yeah,
They'll be
the
like, you'll
week.
come here Wednesday, Thursday morning you'll do press, and you do Friday, Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, like I talked to my friends who are like, they just started working Funny Bones and stuff, and they're like, yeah, my offers are Friday, Saturday. That's
so
it.
great.
So they're
Wow.
condensing the week too.
Well, what are they doing the rest of the week? Just
I
for
don't know.
local people?
Yeah, maybe they're figuring out something to do in the.
I think they're doing
Yeah.
like quiz nights. And
Quiz
like
night?
bingo shit. I don't know.
I think they might be renting it out for other things. I think any couple do like church on Sundays. There's some of them have
Look,
church.
I kind of
service.
understand this
Hypnotists.
too. When you, especially like when you're not like cleaning out places, but like when when your shit is starting to sell, and like they go, hey, for the week, for Wednesday through Sunday, you know, you sold 600 tickets here. It's like, dude, can we do less shows then? You know what I mean? Like,
not pay the staff and the lights.
yeah, I mean, as the act, you're just like, great. Why don't we try to get like 400 of them to come Friday, Saturday? That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's so
good.
much smarter.
2 nights or whatever, you know? I don't know. That old model, I think, did need some
tweaking.
yeah, for sure.
So I did want to ask you a couple things
Yeah.
now that I'm here, and I have to, and I would assume this is planned.
Yeah.
You do a really great job on keeping your kids off social media.
Yeah.
And is that something that you
Deliberate,
guys?
for sure.
So that, I mean, because I've seen your kids in person at the Palisades, but I go on your Instagram and go, wow, their kids are completely
Ghosts.
I just,
ghost. Is
Don't
that something
want
that
it.
you decided before you even had them?
here's the
Yes.
thing. Yes, I realized early on, I think that I was like, you know, this lane of stand-up we're in is also like, because there's lanes within comedy. You know what I mean? Where like there's clean acts, there's family acts, there's, you know, there's just like different stuff. And I realized like we embrace chaos on this podcast. Like this podcast,
We haven't even gotten to it yet
is-
with you.
I know, but it's fucking mayhem, dude.
Well, no, I
And
saw.
Yeah.
Well, this
Funkle.
funk. Well, with the bathtub. I mean, the,
Right. So, but like, it fuels this whole thing of like, there's weird shit out there, and we are finding out what's weird, and then the comments are a mix of very funny, like there's very funny comments, there's crazy shit, and it just gave me a peek into this side of humanity where I was like, this is chaotic, and you know, it's not. fucking Main Street where you go like everything's great here.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I don't think I should be like, here's my kids to that. I thought that
No.
before even having kids.
And they don't see us on YouTube. They don't see anything really.
That's great.
No.
So you're saying that there's like an underbelly of society here that you're tapping into.
I believe so.
I would prefer to say highlighting, showcasing the marginalized communities
That's always
on
her
the
spin on
internet.
that. Yeah.
People that you don't get a voice, Sebastian. That's how we see it.
So
These gentlemen.
So, and again, fascinating how this all. So, is this something that just developed organically, or
Yes.
did you guys go, we're gonna do this?
No, it's
Sebastian, it's our shared sensibility.
Yeah.
I will say, we both laughed at the worst part of Grizzly Man, that documentary. I don't know if you remember it, about Timothy Treadwell, this maniac that would go live on a bear reservation thinking that he was protecting bears.
You
This
saw
is-
that doc?
I didn't see
It's
it.
old
Oh,
as
it's
shit.
unbelievable.
This is one of the first
Werner
dates.
Herzog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Werner Herzog.
Okay.
Tom, this is 2005. We're on
Yeah.
a date. We go see Grizzly Man.
And then we're in the theater, and Werner Herzog is a legendary filmmaker, and he's making a very compassionate movie about this lost soul. Timothy Treadwell's a lost
You're
soul
supposed to feel bad.
who goes to Alaska and lives with bears and documents it. And then during the documentary, at one point, they find a pilot who had taken him from where civilization is to drop him off where bears are, like something that nobody does. So he goes, yeah, this guy comes up to me and he's asking me to drop him in bear country. I thought he was retarded, And we laughed so hard
crying
in the theater.
laughing in the theater.
And you could see people being like, this isn't funny. And that's when we felt like,
That's
oh,
when we
there's a real
felt.
bond here.
We were in love.
Yeah.
Look, and that is the start of our shared sense of everything chaotic and weird. And,
Yeah.
and then
They don't say nothing about no fucking nothing.
we really enjoy these things in private life. And then we decided to start talking about it on a podcast.
That's true. That's
yeah.
true. And
it's
I
all shit
love,
that we love.
I don't know. It's what I find funny in things like, like little moments, like on the Funkle clip, this little beat at the end, I could study
Yeah.
for fucking 6 days. I could watch the clip over and over because there's so many like micro movements, micro
Yes.
emotions in it. And that's what always makes me laugh about these clips is like the nuance of it, you know?
Yeah.
It really
Which is
gets me.
interesting with you, Sebastian, because I feel like you're an upholder of the opposite. Of like, what the fuck is wrong with everybody? Why can't people just fucking be normal?
Yeah. So that's kind of where my mindset
Be
is.
normal.
More
Yeah.
You're kind of in your hell garden right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm coming
think-
from like the manners. Like, what does anybody have like manners, or
Yeah.
like are we all kind of just is society falling apart at the seams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my it's a disdain and disgust for
Yes.
behavior that seems to be
It's a great lane too.
It really
is a great lane. I know I identify with it to a great degree. I oddly enough in stand up, I've always adhered to like towing that line as well. Like I've always called out like, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Like, are you seeing this fucking nonsense? But I feel like it's definitely been branded. It's like it's a Sebastian brand is essentially like, what the fuck's going on here? Yeah, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a great comedic lane.
Yeah. Did you grow up proper?
I wouldn't say proper. I just grew up with like very like you're not wearing that. We're going here.
And it's old school values in
Yeah.
a way, right? It's like it's traditional values.
Traditional values, and you say, we're talking about drugs and whatnot. My family didn't do any pot or
Yeah.
hallucinogenics growing up. It was my dad was a hairstylist, my mother was a secretary, and there was like
Did your father? I never asked you this. Did he himself immigrate, or did his parents immigrate?
he did
As a
Oh,
child,
that's what I
Parents
was
did.
or
gonna
as an
say.
adult?
at 15 he came here.
Oh, so like
So
okay.
he was, he spent 15 years in Sicily, and growing up that way brought some of those, techniques here to the United States to teach his kids. And my mother, very, like sweet and nice. And
So we all have immigrant parents. There is a shared experience in that, in having immigrant parents.
I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they bring a whole different set of rules
Yes.
that
So
maybe
true.
you don't see in other parents that were maybe raised here.
And my mom is big time with, like, you have to be kidding that you're wearing that, or you.
Oh,
like,
for sure. Same
big time. Like, are you out of your mind? With is like, there's like a consistent theme for sure.
Well, you could do two things. You could adhere to that, right?
Yeah.
Or you could rebel against it.
Totally.
Did you listen?
Yeah.
Or what, were you going,
Well-
I'm going to go and do my own. I'm wearing my
Well,
own.
I was
Here's the-
goth, so maybe. I
Yeah,
rebelled.
you rebelled big time. You rebelled.
But then now, as an adult, I go to like the courthouse, and you're like, "Who the fuck is wearing flip flops and shorts to court?
At court.
Are you out of your mind?" And now on airplanes, pajama bottoms, house slippers in the airport.
Yeah.
Like now, I'm becoming my parents with that stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Like total Euro.
I think what I did was I learned exactly what to do, and like I understand it completely, and then I know how to specifically upset my mother, which for 45 years has given me a thrill. You know what I mean? So I love to, like, I know not to belch at the table, but I do it because I know how much it's going to upset her. You know, things like that. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I just described to her my series that I'm shooting next month, and like the stories in it. It's like all these like, you know, like old Twilight Zone stories, and each one of them, she was like, she goes, "I will never leave my house if you make this. You have to use a different name." I go, "Different name?" She's like, "People can't know this is you." She's like, "You are just you. Why don't you just make pornography?" Like, you know, I just know that it'll upset her, but I love upsetting her. I don't know. It's just like a trigger for me.
He hates his mom. It's okay. We all do. If you're a comic.
No, I think you mean everyone hates my mom.
Oh, that yeah, specifically.
Yeah.
Your mom. Yeah. All right.
So is is your mom immigrant, or she was?
No, she was born here. My father was born in Sicily, and they met in Chicago. And yeah, they've been really supportive of you
Yeah.
know what I do. And
No, I've seen, like, it's actually a very like endearing thing. The element of like I don't think I've ever met. I'm trying to think if I've been somewhere and your dad's been there too, maybe briefly or something. But the idea of like how much you bring them into things, it's very endearing.
yeah,
you know?
it's they're involved. You know,
Yeah.
they're there.
And your
They wanna-
sister too. I want to say I've seen her in a bunch of things.
Sister, yeah. I mean, sister's got 3 kids, so it's hard for her to go see shows. But she'll be in Chicago with me with her family. It's nice to have the family, especially the kids, now kind of getting to know what I do, coming to the shows. It's just such a different upbringing than I had.
Yeah.
And like we were just at the Madison Square Garden, they're running around the garden up top in the balcony, right? And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking at that, going, I was in my yard digging holes,
Yeah.
playing with worms. You know, that was like my.
You
big
realize they're
highlight.
going to tell those stories too.
Yeah,
when they're older.
yeah. It's really cool to kind of have them witness it and them sharing all the excitement of it all. So yeah, it's been really good for us because, you know, as you well know, you go on the road, right? You got kids at home. You know, before you know it, they're 18, 19, 20 years old. So I'm very, very conscious now of like, I don't want to miss a lot. You know, I don't want to be in Montana while my daughter's at a gymnastic meet.
Yeah.
So, but before you know it, you know, you keep telling yourself you're going to slow down because I don't know how you guys operate. But,
Don't look at me. This is the shit that I say to you all the time, motherfucker.
I know.
Literally, I'm like, it's just, yeah.
So wait, how do you deal with
You're
it?
gonna die. You're gonna die.
You're just
gonna die.
They're
Gonna
gonna
die.
grow up.
They're gonna grow up, and then
die,
I
and
don't-
then what? You're
Jeez.
famous. Big fucking deal. Nobody remembers you in 5 years anyway. Do you remember Don Rickles? Anybody in the booth? Phyllis Diller? Any of those names? No? Rodney Dangerfield? None. Okay. Go ahead.
You were saying?
Sorry, I didn't mean to touch on such a
No, it's
sensitive
okay.
topic.
No, it's fine.
No, but listen, because I go, okay, this is very fleeting, this business, right?
Totally.
I look at it very negatively. I'm not Mr. Positivity when it comes to like it's always going to be there. Da, 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 da. I look at it like next year, it's it. It's
Yeah.
over. Another guy's going to come in or whatever. So I look at it as like, let me get it now, right? Before it's over. But then you keep saying that every year, and next thing you know, the kids are 21. You're like, what the fuck was I doing? So what I have done is I'm like, you know what? Let me pull back here a little bit because what are we gonna? I don't gotta do everything, right? If it's up to me, I just like doing stand up.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get pressured and go, you got a podcast? No, you got to get a podcast.
Yeah.
I know. So we're gonna go get a podcast. They're like, you need to do you need a TV show, broader audience, this and that, and the other thing. So I find myself sometimes doing things not necessarily out of the love of doing it,
Yes.
but to feed the animal, to feed the stand up.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's like, you know, how much stuff you're gonna do.
It's the exact conversation. Exactly the same. And then you go, you know what I want to do? I want to quit things. Like, you just want to quit. You just want to go, I want to stop doing that and just do this.
Yeah.
And then you have to decide how you're going to manage that. But you have to say no to things. Yeah. That's a hard thing to learn.
So you two, for you, is your passion the stand-up? Is it this?
I have a lot of fun doing this. There's nothing more fun than stand-up. I think we both feel like there's
Stand-up
nothing more.
is the absolute best
It's the
in
most
the
fun.
world. Traveling to do it,
Is the
however,
worst. Sucks.
is the worst vile part of it. And I unfortunately can't really do it. I mean, I'm almost 50 now, and my body can't handle it. I'm over it. I got 2 kids, so my
learned
absolute favorite.
to
But this
pare
is the
down-
second.
I learned to
favorite
pare down
podcasting.
the tour. Like I did the last tour, and I learned that like that's an insane, non-sustainable, and also not fun, non-beneficial way of doing it. Like this weekend, I go out, I do 3 shows, I come right home. I'm home for a few weeks. The next time I go out, it's 2 shows. Like that makes it so that also that first of all, I'm enjoying life at home, spending more time with my family, but also the actual stand-up becomes more fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't become like,
a job.
I got to do fucking 9 shows this week, and then I got to do it again. And that's not fun. I don't enjoy that.
I wish we could do stand up at like 3 p.m.
Yeah, that is funny.
Why can't we do that?
That's our age showing the most because she'll be like, got great news. I go, what? She goes, I just booked a 5 p.m. show in
Just
like
added
fucking
a
Tampa,
fucking-
and I'm
yeah,
like,
why
oh,
not?
good.
Well,
Why
that-
not? Sunday at 5.
Yeah.
That's what what's his name's doing. Bergazzi.
Yes.
Great.
He does like matinees.
Yeah, he does daytime shows. I know.
5 p.m. This
Yeah.
guy's doing the
Great.
show during the daylight, which is I'm like, you could do that.
Yeah.
I thought
I know.
I thought comedy was directly associated with nighttime. Not
It's the best,
necessarily.
dude. It is and also, I don't know. I am not built long term. I have a few, but doing doubles, I'm like, I don't want to do doubles.
The doubles are done.
Doubles are done.
Doubles are
dude.
done. That's a nightmare.
That kills
Get it?
you.
Yeah, it definitely kills you. Do you guys, when you're doing stand up for multiple shows, multiple runs, if you have to do 5 in a week or what have you, is the act the same from soup to nuts as far as the order's concerned? Do you ever get to a bit and go, oh God, I gotta do this again?
Dude, in this current hour, let's say I've been touring it for 9 months or something, I've had, and I think this is the only time it's been this dramatic. I've had the closing 15 become the opening 15, become the middle 15, become the third quarter 15. Like I've shifted it that many times, some out of boredom, some out of excitement, and then some out of like, oh, I think I'm figuring out what to do.
Yeah.
And it's the only thing that ever cures that is either a new order or a new bit.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you do the same?
I switch it up, just the order, like he's saying. Just like, okay, let's try this in the beginning, because there's some bits that that are my favorites that are in the middle, and I feel after I get to those, I feel like it's like a letdown.
Yeah.
you know? It's like
Totally
yeah,
get
Trudge
this,
through the
yeah.
next.
yeah, this is not going to be as funny as what I just said.
Because ultimately, I feel like an hour, You want an hour to go like this, like this, like this, like this, and then like that. Like I think you want it to end like that. And sometimes you go like this, and then you end straight. Like it's still good, but you're like, no, it doesn't have this.
Yeah, it doesn't have.
And
the
you
build.
you feel like you need that.
Yeah.
Because that's what everyone's last thought is. What did he do at the end?
Yeah. Also, though, I feel like you got to come out in the beginning and like hit them in the mouth. Yeah, because they're sitting there going, "All right, what do you got now?" So you got to come out there and kind of blast them with some juice right up.
Just
right
a
up
big
front.
shot at the guard. Let's see it.
Hey.
Yeah. How about this guy? You ever seen
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
this?
こういうその醤油のお皿使って片手で
What is
Trying
it?
to rub the fat out of his ear.
I think he's got like a tumor in his face.
That's not how you do it. Okay.
엄청 멍들 거야. 이걸로 좀
Dude, that's cancer. You can't rub
You
cancer.
can rub it out if you do it hard enough. He's in a lot of pain. That looks like it hurts so
そこ
fucking
だけ
bad.
そこだけちょっと集中してやってねって
His whole body is. You got to give it to them though. They really don't fuck around in Asia. They're like, just deal with it, dude. Stop the crying.
All right,
This
so,
is like Kyrgyzstan.
so here's an example of. So this video.
Yeah.
Did you see the video? Like
I feel like I
who's
sent
seeing
this.
shit
I feel like I've
first?
seen this one. Yeah. I feel like
This
I sent
is
it in.
on your feed.
Yeah. My algorithm.
My feed don't look like that.
So here's the thing. Yours is probably just like, oh, here's a car, or like, right? Or like,
Yeah,
this
what
is
are you
the beach.
looking at?
6 places to go see in Italy while you're on vacation. I'm not
Yeah.
getting Asian rub outs.
Oh yeah,
wait
no,
until you
I
see
got,
the
I get a
TikToks.
lot of fucking. I
Not
get,
even.
like,
This is the beginning. Oh
What the
no.
fuck? Come on, man. I
he
just
doing?
ate.
What's he doing? I don't even understand. He's like, you're good now.
I don't like that at
Okay,
all.
so give me like the behind the scenes on this. So you have you ever posted a video like this?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And the people in the video see it on your show.
That's
and,
happened,
and
yes.
call and text or whatever and say
Sometimes they go, thanks for highlighting me, or like, I would like to come on now. Can you please book me? And sometimes they go, you didn't ask for permission. You get every type of answer.
and you're not fazed by any of it coming in and nothing. Doesn't
No.
even
It's been so long.
No, it's 14
We've been
years.
doing this for so long.
Yeah,
They know. We know what we're doing.
no.
if I could just comment.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which I've never seen this before. This is kind of like a little behind the scenes info for your fans, and I don't know if anybody's ever brought it up. But prior to coming in here,
Yeah.
I used your restroom,
Yeah.
and I don't know whose idea was this, but there is dental floss in there, Q-tips, chapsticks, eye drops, and something that I actually brought in here. I had a take. I've never seen this before. And I'm really into hospitality, and I'm
Yeah.
really into little touches.
Yeah,
Got your own mints?
yeah. Isn't that
This is beautiful.
you like that?
Yeah, I saw that, and the first thing I said is, "Wow, they're doing well." And then I tried one
And
just to see what the quality was, and I got to tell you, delicious.
Wow.
I don't even know where you go and get this.
Yeah.
Like who there was a meeting. Someone had to have a meeting.
someone had a, yeah.
and someone said we should have our own mints.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Who decided this?
That's a great question.
Oh gosh.
Zolo, do you have
It was
the story?
straight from the top. It was Ryan. Ryan's like, we
he's
need mints, we
classy.
need
He's very classy.
chapstick. Yeah.
Ryan gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you see how special it was for you? We wanted you, Sebastian Maniscalco, who flew all the way from LA to Austin, to feel special.
Well, I do.
And I hope you do.
I do. I mean, it's really nice what you got set up here. You got the mural out there. You got
Got our own mints.
you got your own mints. You got this, which I keep seeing at every pod. We have a podcast, and Liquid Death hasn't contacted us at all.
I want to show you this one right before we
Yeah,
show your special thing. This is I remember seeing this one that I really enjoyed too.
You gonna shoot me?
This guy's doing
You
finger
gonna
guns.
shoot me, mate?
Okay,
Are you actually gonna shoot
that
me?
old guy is.
Yeah, but you're gonna shoot me. He was doing trigger fingers like he's a gangster.
Have I got a gun?
But why are you touching my? Don't fucking come there. Don't come here, you dickhead. Bruv, listen.
Sorry.
Look, I'm not a bully, right? But I'm like 3 times the size of you. Yeah, but don't fucking touch my car. Hit my car, bruv. Don't do that.
Okay, hold on. So this guy, what appears is a guy's in his car, and this guy's being an asshole for whatever reason. The guy outside of the car.
Don't do that, because this car's worth.
Now he's like sitting on his car,
I
touching
spent a
his
lot of money on
car.
this car, man. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You've got no money.
I've got okay. I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna do this. Okay.
I've taken a picture.
I'm gonna take your glasses now.
Oh.
And now, there's your glasses that you damaged in my Crocs.
Oh, look at this guy.
How's that? How's that? How's that? How's that? Yeah.
That's the look of defeated, you know, where you're like, oh yeah, I fucked up.
Well, you know what
Oh
a
my
pain in the
God.
ass it is to get new fucking
Oh yeah, he
glasses.
just, I mean, and that guy's also processing. I definitely, those are not redeemable. Like those are completely crushed. And also, I did this. Like,
Yeah.
nothing. This was totally avoidable. I would have glasses right now if I
God.
hadn't fucked with this guy. And it's just a good don't start shit listen.
And me Crocs. He points it out too. He's like, "I did it. It was me Crocs." All right, are you ready? This is the best part for me of the show.
Be clear for her.
I love this. I curate TikToks. This is from my algorithm. Like I said earlier, I like to highlight people that don't have a voice or the marginalized communities of TikTok.
So, what, by the way, is there, what's like the darkness of a Sebastian? You know what I mean? Like, what is it? There's got to be something in there that is like somewhat dark, right? Like our feed shows us our own darkness.
I mean, I like watching people fight in
Parking lots?
yeah.
Really?
That's
So this is good for you. You
Some
like
of my
this?
So like, I was hoping that this guy would have went into a rage,
Yeah.
and you would have seen like a croc fly off the camera,
Yeah.
and beat the shit out of that guy.
Okay.
So I guess if
Okay. I like this.
I like that when it comes to like entertainment, like how it all goes down. I don't know if that's dark. It's just
No, there's,
something
yeah,
that
but
you
I
like
like-
fighting and aggression?
I'm not aggressive at all, but I do like when other people kind of go toe to toe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
Okay.
fun. It's
Buckle
what we
up.
like to-
Here's
right.
Christina's Curations.
I thought this one's for you,
I
Tom.
love this shit.
All the cupping.
I know.
Look at all the cupping.
Also, the breathing. He's already in pain right now.
Is
I like when they really really
mallet.
hammer him. Yeah, when the mallet comes dropping.
that? Are you guys into all this? Like, do you do cupping and ice? Are you in an ice bath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And like give me the vibe. Like when you go in,
sucks.
and then you come out.
Feel great.
Do you? Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
But like, generally speaking, throughout the day, if you didn't do the ice,
Yeah.
would you go? Oh, fuck, I'm off, bro. I didn't do my ice today.
Actually, kind of. I wouldn't say it's so dramatic where it's like black and white, but like I remember when I came in here, like if I don't know, was it last week?
Yeah.
And I came right from it. These guys were like, "Damn, you're in a good mood," and I was like, "Straight out of the bath, baby!" Like I was just firing on all cylinders. I was feeling good about it.
Yeah.
I
and
don't
then
know.
he brags about it. He has to tell me that he did the bath.
Why? Because I know that she can't.
Do you tell her
so
you
it's
did the
fun.
bath and how long you did it for?
Well, it's always the same amount.
is
of
it?
time.
He would have me time him sometimes.
Yeah, she doesn't really do that either. She's
I
like,
really like
she'll be
that.
like, "It's cold outside." I'm like, "You're not even getting in the water."
What's the temp?
Right now, it's at 45,
45.
but I don't know. I've gone down to 40, and I've gone up to 50. I don't know. I think right in the middle works for me.
45 is
Yeah,
good.
It's good.
What do you think?
Have you tried it?
You gonna do it?
I got one. That's been there for a year. I was diligent with it for a little bit, but then
Did you like how you felt after?
I did. I there is a sense of euphoria when you get out of it.
There is.
I was doing it more for like, does it heal inflammation?
Oh,
Yeah.
Or
interesting.
so from what I understand, and I
It
don't
helps
do
with it.
I don't do a lot of research.
Yeah.
Do you guys do a lot of research on stuff? Or
Not
you
really.
just like
Somebody just says something once. And I go, that's probably true. yeah.
I just do what Joe Rogan tells me.
Yeah, you hear it on Joe, and you're like, all right,
All right,
time to
Joe.
get
Dr. Huberman. Got
Yeah,
it. Thanks.
exactly. Fucking no.
So we just got word that Tanner
Oh.
is the one who deserves credit for the custom mints.
Tanner Banana.
This is blowing my
Good job,
mind.
Tanner.
Oh,
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tanner-
solid move.
Definitely knows.
big
My
time.
phone's been blowing up since I said it was Ryan. They're like, no, it was Tanner. Don't fucking take
All
that
right,
from him.
please take that credit away from Ryan and give it to Tanner.
This is how I travel as a COVID-conscious person. First, I use Covixel nasal spray before going to the airport, and I mask in the Uber, of course, and I always mask in the airport. When I get on the plane, I wipe down as much as I can with Clorox wipes, and I use my Pure Enrichment air purifier for the plane. I wait a little bit to eat after everyone else gets their snacks, and I plan to do as much of my activities outside as possible. When I get home, I wear a mask and test a few days in a row, and that is that.
First of all, nothing. If you did a version of this video, I don't think anything could ever perform better. There's nothing would ever get more views than if you did a direct duplication of this video.
Oh, wow. No, I mean, do people do this? It's fascinating what people are doing online. Are they doing this to actually be helpful? Or are they doing this to be quote unquote famous? What is the like, if I had a routine like this, you would never know about it.
Right.
Right? I would never go and share it
course.
with anybody, right?
Right.
The mindset here, is it,
I mean, I think part of that is you get your attention in other ways. You have a talent and you get to do it. And like you get your fill from that. Somebody else, like this person, doesn't have that outlet. So it's like, this is how they.
but that's the way it's supposed to be.
Of course.
The talent, you get the
Attention,
accolade.
yeah.
But when you don't have it, you don't get to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But now you're like, yeah, but she's like, yeah, but I want it. So I'll do this. I'll do this montage of how I travel as a COVID conscious person.
Put the N95.
And I like that I get home and I test several times for a few days.
And her nose was so red. Fucking idiot.
Yeah. And also,
I hate it so much.
you know what she's looking for
Dipshit.
here is somebody to go, thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
Thanks for the tutorial on how to live this
Yeah.
way.
I wear
Happy
a
to do
mask,
it.
so
Yeah.
you wear a mask.
I'm
What did she say?
protecting you. Why aren't you protecting me? I saw this old broad say that to this guy in Brentwood when I was like during the COVID heyday. She came on, she had like a fucking, like she was a welder, like a fucking mask wrapped around the head. And this guy was like walking up. She goes, I'm protecting you. Why aren't you protecting me? He's like, I'm fucking outside. I'm about to walk in. Like, you old bitch.
Hysteria.
Yeah, the favorite thing to do is just sometimes when it's done washing, basically when a dog eats a snake, it's like cooking a burrito on a floor.
Fuck, man.
Butter. You just gotta make sure wash it off the roof and you put it in your laundry basket. That's the end of the video.
So now I'm understanding why the kids are not on any of your social media.
Right?
I would be even afraid to put this thing up.
Yeah.
Right? This guy's out there.
He's out there.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really see the tats on the freckled people that much. That's one of the things that stood out to me is how many freckles he has. And then you go, you don't really see somebody really tatted up who's got a lot of prevalent freckles.
This is so true, Tom. And you know what we found too is there's a direct correlation, Sebastian, between facial tattoos and crystal meth use.
Really?
It's
Crazy.
a direct
Yeah.
to getting facial tattoos.
Although I'm sensing some fentanyl here. I don't think it's just meth.
Oh, interesting,
because
Tom.
he's a little too... like most meth people would be like, you gotta fucking throw it in the laundry.
That's
You know,
true.
and-
That's true.
yeah.
And to answer your question, like, are we afraid we put this up? The guy might... They don't live long enough to come after you. All these guys on the walls, They're not really around anymore, except for
many.
that fat, red-haired one.
Oh my God.
What? He's around.
He's around.
That's it. Everyone else is
Well,
gone.
He's around.
Oh, Tommy John's is.
Yeah, he's around too.
Oh yeah, RPC.
Yeah.
Well, the rest. I don't know.
Jesus.
To describe Jesus' horse,
Yes.
he's extremely tall, very well muscled. This horse's personality is often very serious, which is a foil to Jesus' personality, which is often laughing. Not always. Jesus knows when to be serious, when to carry out missions, and when to work, essentially. But Jesus is often really loving life, joyful. And his horse is pretty much always serious. And a few weeks ago, I got to visit with both of them, and Jesus was with his horse, and I got to ride with Jesus on this horse in the spirit. These are experiences I'm having spiritually.
I don't know what's going on.
And I saw the horse turn around.
Okay. So I think we get it.
Well, have you ever thought about the qualities of Jesus' horse? What the personality might be? Serious,
But doesn't
silly.
isn't it kind of interesting that you go like, oh yeah, all these people are out there. Like the face tat guy, Jesus' horse lady, like they're all out there.
Yeah.
This is all in our this lady could be next to you at Starbucks.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
No, they're out there. They're living, and you are showcasing them. All right.
Behind me is the royal procession. King Richard himself and his queen are walking by. Yes, every so often they walk through the fairgrounds just to greet the populace, you know. And of course, I mean, this is just a Renaissance fair. He's not a real king, but we still pay deference to him. Since we are getting into character for a medieval Renaissance fair, we do.
I think I've seen him in the belly room. This guy. Is this,
I'm gonna throw up. It's
the Ding Dong Show?
Ding Dong Show, yeah.
Do you realize too, like I was talking to Kurt Fox about this, like how on a lot of nights you're at the Comedy Store and you're standing in the hallway and you see like somebody or a fan walks by, and then you see some of the other comics and you're like, oh, this is a fucking mental asylum. Like there's so many lunatics in this. Like this guy would fit right in if he was like, oh, I'm doing a spot. You'd be like, oh yeah, sure. I was fucking the King's Lair today. You would think that he's like, he'd fit right into our world. Like,
oh, that's why I love him.
Yeah, like this is a peer of mine.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, no. Well, it's like we go to work, right, and these are our coworkers.
Yeah, totally, totally.
Hold on, Sebastian. Have you come across the Disney adult phenomenon?
Oh, where adult people go to Disneyland?
Do you not have 15 minutes on this? Because it feels like you should.
I know.
Well, yeah, but they make the
Fucking
shirts.
rope droppers.
What is it? Rope what?
Oh my
rope
God.
droppers.
What's a rope dropper?
A rope dropper is somebody. Because what's the other one?
A park closer.
So a rope dropper is the person who waits until they open the park. In other words,
oh, wow.
So they're there at like 5 a.m. and they're like just waiting until they go, now it's open. And then the park closer is the person who goes until they're like, you got to get the fuck out of here. It's midnight. You got to go home.
Yeah.
So there's both sides of
Both
it.
sides.
Yeah.
Is the same person? Could they be two?
Usually not. They're pretty
Either one or
separate.
the
It's
other.
the Crips and the Bloods, They're
That's right.
totally different.
It identifies you as a morning person or an evening person.
Yeah.
Basically.
Fucking.
What are you? Are you a park closer or a rope dropper?
If I had to choose,
Yeah.
I'd be a park closer.
Wow.
Yeah.
But as a dad,
it's
kind of
we come at 10.
Yeah.
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 And we leave at 10:50.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We went to Disney. I don't know if
you guys good? You guys. The crazy thing was last time we went, we're like, all right, we make this big trip, go to Disneyland. Literally there, like at 10. Walking around, pay for the extra privilege of things, and then first thing we get on, and then my kid's like, "Can we go?" I'm like, "Can we go?" He's like, "Yeah." I go, "We fucking flew out here to do this." He's like, "All right." Just
they don't
couldn't be
care.
less fucking amused by any of it.
Well, listen, I remember going to Epcot Center. They took me to Epcot when I was 10, and they were so excited. My parents like, "Hey, we're going to Italy, and then we're going to Spain, this and that and the other thing." I'm like, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Boring. I didn't want to be there.
Yeah, it's
No.
my dream. It was my dream, not Ellis.
Exactly.
Jones. Now, may I ask you this? This is a Renaissance fair. Would you rather be a Renaissance fair adult, like this gentleman, or a Disney adult?
I never liked the Renaissance Fair.
Disgusting.
Never liked it.
I'm with you.
Just a weird vibe.
I'd rather have a year pass to Disney than go to fucking a Renaissance
Yeah.
Fair for an afternoon.
For sure. There's pavement at Disneyland. You're just walking on filthy dirt. I don't know how they go to the bathroom here.
Also, the fact that everybody who's really into this is so into the role play aspect.
So into it.
Like, you meet these psychos who are like really into characters at Disney, but there's also just people like, oh, this is a fun environment.
Yeah.
But these guys are seriously like, "Milady,
Yeah.
Do you have the right instrument to open this door with?" Like they're too involved. They're too
God,
psychotic.
It makes me nervous. And they're like, "Did you get your turkey leg?" Like they like to
Yeah.
eat the big leg.
It's too
It's
goofy.
like, the fuck.
What's this? What is it?
What was that? I don't know. Ask her.
It's just a cool video. I don't know. It's a guy on TikTok.
Yeah, but where is he? Is that his house?
He's got VHS tapes,
Yeah.
and he's got a Tigger the tiger behind
Yeah, he's got
him.
some dolls and poor lighting and poor framing. He's perfect for the show. Thank you, Christina. That one was seriously disturbing.
In America.
You can catch Sebastian on the It Ain't Right tour now. Check him out. Oh, it's season 2 of Bookie this December. Did you like that song?
See, this is. We grew up. We had home videos, right?
Right.
You did home videos, and nobody
those,
saw them.
Those stay at home. I know. That's true. That's a great point.
No, home videos make it on your show. It's amazing.
You know, my favorite is there's a whole lane. We have a literal library of guys. It's usually guys who turn the recording on and they just kind of they look in the lens and then they upload that. They just upload
because they don't know how.
Because they don't know what's
do what
going
they're
on.
doing.
They don't know that they're recording, and then they just see share and they're like share, and they just post it. And it's just them staring at the lens.
Wow.
There's thousands of them.
Wow. Yeah, this is a whole other world, bro.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yo, you want to see me naked, man? All you gotta ask,
Look at
man. I'm here, man. All you have to do is ask me, man. I'm ready. But say, I'm the eternal stud, guys. Just ask me, man. Yeah, just ask me, yeah. I'm the eternal stud. Just ask me. Want to see no clothes? Anytime, anywhere. You know where to come. That's right. Either come, and now that's right. And don't forget now. Do you like it? Do you like the hot dogs in a bun, or you like it straight up? That's right. So you don't see me there.
I've been in a hotel room with him. Isn't that crazy?
You have?
Yeah. Yeah.
What, he came he was on the show?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
He's been on the show
That's
a lot.
him right there.
So what's the vibe here? Does this guy work?
Oh boy, should we show him what the vibe
I
is?
don't know if he can work. This is how we discovered him.
Black guys who love to fuck and fuck good. If you're a hot black guy and you want to fuck me at $23.95, if you want to move in, you can move in, but you gotta fuck me. I need to be fucked a lot, man. Get free food, free rent, and everything else, man. Here's the deal, man. Men from jail, homeless, or you're a thug, you want to come move in, your friend can move with you too, man. Free rent, you get a lease and a key. Fuck me. Piss on me, beat me, I'm home there now. You see me, want to come over today and try it out, man.
Yeah. That's how we found him. And then he's just been like, doing stuff since.
Comes up the total pig. Yeah, total pig. Officer comes up like it's wild, dirty, and filthy.
And he's just been posting videos for a long time.
Guys in the booth, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about this guy?
We knew what we signed up for.
Yeah, I know, but like inviting him, like, were you there in the hotel room when, like, was there a security there?
Did we have security?
I was not there.
We weren't there.
You got minced though. No security.
We think he's relatively harmless.
That's probably
That's true.
looking
We
back.
didn't have
No,
to
he's
kill him.
he's. I
He's
mean,
not, though. He's harmless.
We've had multiple run-ins with
He's
him. You know,
sweet.
he's
So you know,
somebody
yeah,
we can.
man, yeah. I'm gonna come now. I'm gonna come now. I'm coming.
Oh, fuck, come on. What the fuck are we watching?
This is YouTube. It's on his YouTube.
This is on YouTube.
This is on YouTube. Yeah.
They don't take this down. Oh, that's so sweet.
So.
I think I want Sebastian on every show. 'Cause your disgust makes me so happy. This makes me so fun.
I'm stunned. I am fucking stunned that this is going on.
You want to give him a call? He has a multiple number.
And welcome to Lucifer's Light. I'm your host, RPC Man, and we are here at 2395 Wagner House, apartment 2C, building 18, 124th and First Avenue, east side of Harlem. That's right, guys. You hear me right loud. I am here at 917-353-2913 or 347-281-3156 or 646-241-8615 or 646-373 917-353-917-353.
Okay, so there's multiple numbers. You can always reach out.
Tommy, remember when he would upload his videos and the title would be like XJL
Oh, it'd be like code. It would be
9955?
like web code. Yeah, that was an awesome time. I remember that. Yeah.
Wow.
So much.
It does nothing for you, huh?
Well, you know,
Tickle your funny bone?
It's I see where you could find this entertaining.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
But I look at it and I don't feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
This is eye opening.
Yeah.
This is eye opening.
You could be adding all this cool stuff to your show.
Oh my god.
So what do you and Pete Correale talk about then?
We just talk about like our personal and professional lives, just kind of two buddies talking about.
It's just a sound effect.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, I thought he called in.
Yeah, I'm gonna come now.
Oh, that one's rough every time.
No, I found this very entertaining. It was very entertaining.
No, we love Sebastian.
We love you so
If you
much.
haven't
Thanks for
yet,
coming.
you got to see Sebastian live. He is really one of the best in the game. And check him out in season 2 of Bookie this December. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me.
Always
guys.
fun to see
Appreciate
you.
it. Nice seeing you.
Black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck good. Oh man, black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck good. Oh man, black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck good. Oh man, if you're a hot black guy and you wanna fuck me at $23.95, black guys who love to fuck is up. 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 I'm a hot white trash. Come to flip. If you wanna move in, you can move in, but you gotta fuck me. If you wanna move in, you can move in, but you gotta fuck me. I need to be fucked a lot. If you wanna move in, you can move in, but you gotta fuck me. If you wanna move in, you can move in, but you gotta fuck me. I need to be fucked a lot. I'm done. Get free food, free rent, and everything else, man. Here's the deal, man. Men from jail, homeless, or your thug, love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys who love to fuck good. Oh man, black guys who love to fuck is up. Black guys love to fuck good. Black guys love to fuck good. Black guys love to fuck good. You know. And I want to deliver it.
Hey, you just watched an episode of Your Mom's House. I hope you enjoyed it. And if not, watch another one. Maybe you'll like that one. They're everywhere. Look, I don't know. Replace them in like cubes or squares or whatever this is. Just click another one. And maybe you'll find one you like. Or someone will get hurt and everybody likes that. Don't forget to subscribe.